Now, I want you to remember that no bastard ever won a war by dying for his country. He won it by making the other poor bastard die for his country. All this stuff you've heard about America not want to fight, want to stay out of the war, it's a bunch of horse dung. Americans love to fight. True Americans love the sting of battle. When your kids admire the champion marble shooter, the best runner, big league ball players, the toughest boxers, Americans love a winner and will not tolerate a loser. Won't give a hoot and hail for a man who lost and laughed. That's why Americans have never lost and will never lose a war, because the very thought of losing is hateful to America. Now, an army is a team. Eats, sleeps, fights as a team. This individuality stuff is a bunch of crap. Those bastards who wrote that stuff about individuality for the Saturday Evening Post don't know any more about real battle than they do about fornicating. Now, one more thing I want you to remember. I don't want to get any messages saying we're holding on to our position. We're not holding on to anything. We're advancing all the time. The only thing we're going to hold on to is the enemy. We're going to grab him by the nose, and we're going to kick him in the ass. We're going to go through him like crap through a goose. Now, there's one more thing I'm going to be able to say when you get back home, and you may thank God for it. 30 years from now, we're sitting around your fireside with your grandson on your knee. He asks you, what did you do in the Great War II? You won't have to say, well, I shoveled shit in South Dakota. Alright, you sons of bitches, you know how I feel. I will be proud to lead you wonderful men into battle anytime, any place. That's all. Welcome back to Lammon Customs. Can I get a whoop for 250 years of the United States Army? That's very impressive. You know, the United States Army's been around longer than we've actually been a country. It's a proud tradition that I am proud to have served. Probably wondering kind of what this video is about. Ain't necessarily car related, but I myself, obviously, I'm a veteran. I served in the Army, and you know, Lammon Customs is a veteran-owned and operated company. You know, and something I've never forgotten. A lot of the vehicles that I've worked on over the years have been military vehicles. We're going to get a lot more videos up about some of the different stuff I've worked on, everything from Jeeps to searchlights to, I mean, you name it. But we're going to cover a lot of that stuff. But, you know, 250 years, you know, the Army just celebrated its birthday. You know, it's a glorious feeling to have once been, you know, part of that organization. And, you know, here's to another 250 years. So, yeah. We'll probably be doing some more military vehicles coming up in the future. I know I like to do another Jeep. I like to do a deuce and a half. Maybe a few odds and ends in there as well. So one of the things I've been a member of since 2002 was the South Dakota World War II Living History Group. Wearing their shirt. You know, started out with that organization and stuff. It originally was intended just to be a parent organization for World War II reenacting. It kind of evolved into something much more beyond that. And we'll have some videos about that. We'll discuss that. But it turned into more of a veterans organization, and we've been working for the last couple decades to try to establish a museum here in South Dakota where we can display and showcase various World War II stuff, including vehicles. You know, for the public to see. And we want to keep that memory alive for the greatest generation that fought in World War II. Something very similar, if you want to kind of see, what our goal is, what our dream of building this museum is going to be like. Pagan fighters over in Minnesota is almost exactly what we want to do. They have tons of warbirds. They're all operational. They have Sherman tank, jeeps, gliders, half tracks. I mean, you name it. It's probably one of the most impressive military museums I've ever seen in my life. But this one, it's impressive. They even have one of the train cars from the Holocaust on display there. It's stuff like that that we need to, keep that stuff alive. And again, the Army, 250 years, everything from the Revolutionary War to, fighting to, in slavery in the Civil War to the First World War. My grandfather was a doughboy in World War I, great-grandfather. I had uncles serve in World War II, Korea, Vietnam. Had a cousin in Vietnam, Major General Patton. He was awarded the Congressional Medal of Honor. I myself am a Global War on Terror veteran. The Army has a proud history, and it's just nice to be able to celebrate it, and 250 years is just, awe-inspiring. It really is. So here's to all my fellow Army veterans out there. Congratulations on being part of one of the greatest organizations on the face of the earth. We will defend, this, as it says, on the Army motto. We'll do that, and we'll do whatever we can to pay whatever price is needed to defend freedom, around the world. So whenever there's been a call to defend, freedom, not just for our country, but for other countries and stuff, America and the United States Army has answered that call. So once again, happy birthday to the United States Army, 250 years. We'll see you next time on Lammon Customs.
March along, sing a song.